Barcelona has just won La Liga, and the truth is, Real Madrid, Barca deserved it. Listen, I think it's important to be able to, for example, I'm a huge Benfica fan, bro. Like, it hurts me when they lose games. I get so upset. I get so tired. It's so sad. And Sporting's gonna win the league on Sunday, on Saturday, Sunday, whatever day it is. And they deserved it, bro. They deserved it. I think it's okay to admit it, regardless if you're the fan of the other team, especially if you think the other team has been better. And I think that Gyökeres was just such a phenomenal player, and he's such an amazing player that I can admit it. It's okay with that. And when it comes to Madrid, I hope Madrid fans can see, I know you don't want to see it, but you have to kind of just admire the season that LAMINE YAMAL had and what Flick has been able to do with this Barcelona team. It's pretty much the same team from last year, not many changes, and he was able to turn this thing around. And I got a massive amount of respect for Barcelona because today, after the game, I really got a massive amount of respect for Flick because today after the game, if you guys don't know, Barcelona's facing Espanyol, and this is a very, very big game because it's equal to Manchester United, Man City. It's equal to Benfica, Sporting. It's equal. It's the derby, lads. It's the big one, right? It's the big one for the people who live in these cities, in these towns. And there was big fights before. I saw images coming out, and it was very, very hard to watch. And I was really hoping that Barcelona would get in and get out, and that's exactly what Flick did. They won La Liga. And instead of celebrating in the middle of the field, and you know the players wanted to, Flick went out there, called his team, took them to the locker room, go celebrate in the locker room, go celebrate with your fans. No need to make it anything past that. And I know they wanted to. I know it's a derby, so you want to throw it in the other fans' faces. I know you want to celebrate and throw it in Real Madrid's face. But it was very, very classy of them to just get off the field and stop that. But let's talk about football because that's what we're here for. Once again, it was a game that Barcelona, for me, weren't having this incredible match, in my opinion, right? It wasn't this outstanding football match. You know what I'm saying? The Espanyol could have scored goals. And then there's this little kid, right? And again, I know people are going to be like, oh, here we go again, skills glazing LAMINE YAMAL. Lads, the goal this kid scores to win La Liga, that's what that goal was. That was the goal that sealed it. That was the goal that won it. That was the first goal of the game, right? And the goal he scores, if you missed it, go watch it. He pushes the ball forward on his left foot, and he just lasers that thing, and he bends it, and it hits top bins. Unbelievable. And the moment he hit this, I put out a tweet, and I said on social media, the kid's the best player in the world. Give him the Ballon d'Or. And I stick by that. I think there's only one player that could take the Ballon d'Or from him, and it's Dembele. Because if Dembele wins the Champions League, having the French league, having the Champions League, I don't know if PSG won the French Cup, and that's something I actually have no idea, man. France Cup, I don't know who won it. The final is PSG. They're in the final, and it's on Saturday, May 24th. So potential to win the Champions League, potential to win the French Cup, and potential to win and already won the league. That's the treble, right? They got the treble, and then Dembele has the stats he has and the performances he has. I think the Ballon d'Or goes to Dembele. If he doesn't win the Champions League, then it becomes interesting because you have two teams that pretty much had identical seasons. Who was more impactful for their teams? If you look at stats, Dembele is definitely a better player. But if you only look at goals and assists, it's a really hard way to... We got so accustomed to giving out the Ballon d'Or based off of goals and assists because that's what separated pretty much Ronaldo and Messi. And if that didn't separate, it was what they won. And the Ballon d'Or was never really that until those guys transformed it. Those guys changed it, the way we look at how that reward is given out. For me, Rodri won it for Man City because he was such an impactful player. And when you look at LAMINE YAMAL, I think his impact at Barcelona it speaks wonders. When this kid does something, when he plays well, Barca wins. When he's off, those couple weeks where he was off and not doing much, they struggled a little bit. And I know people come to me and say, Skills, look at his goals, man. He has no goals. And for me, football is not just about goals and assists, man. It's about making a team flow, making a team go crazy. If football was only about goals and assists, then Real Madrid would have won La Liga. And you're probably like, what? That was the stupidest thing you ever said. They got the top goal scorer in La Liga. They got the guy that's cooking the best in front of goal. They got Mbappe. And guess what? They didn't win La Liga, and they came behind Barcelona by a few points. It wasn't that close. So yeah, Mbappe individually had a hell of a season. Crazy first start to Real Madrid. Top goal scorer in La Liga, potentially going to win the Golden Boot. But that's just goals. That didn't win him nothing. LAMINE YAMAL put in performances that helped Barcelona win many things. Many things. I think the only team that can stop him from winning it is PSG. I think Dembele, if he wins the Champions League, the conversation switches. Y'all let me know in the comments down below what y'all think. But I don't want to just focus on LAMINE YAMAL today. I want to focus on what Flick did. So when Xavi was at Barcelona, I said to many Barca fans, I thought he was the right man for the job. And I said that when he first got in the job, right? First day, his first time he gets into the office, I'm like, yo, I think he's the man for the job. The reason I thought he was the man for the job was, this is what I told my viewers when I was live streaming, I thought Barcelona was going to go through a very tough time financially, not being able to sign players, losing players. And I thought having someone that was a Barca at heart, right? You look at Xavi, you know he is Barca, right? He's what Barca stands for. And you look at him and I was like, okay, the fans are going to be able to really understand him and relate to him and know that he's trying to get them back to what they were. I thought he was that guy. I thought he was going to be that guy. But I was wrong, and I'm a man. I can admit when I'm wrong. And he leaves, and they bring in Flick. And if you go watch what I said 7 months ago, 8 months ago, I said Barca would play this way, a crazy high line. They would be very aggressive. They're going to be a team that presses high. They're a team that is going to really attack off of getting a quick interception and, being able to score a lot of goals off of pressing. Now to play such a high line and such an aggressive team. Now, this might help these type of players. With Araujo and all these aggressive type of defenders, maybe this is going to help their play style, and it's going to help them be a better defense because they're going to be so aggressive and a line pushed so high. So maybe this is going to be a W for them. Did I think Flick was going to come in and win La Liga? I did not. Did I think that Flick was going to come in and transform Barcelona into a very good team? Yes, I did. I thought they were going to be incredible. Did I think with these players and not being able to buy many players that they were going to absolutely, dominate La Liga and almost go to the Champions League final? No. And I also remember Barcelona fans being so mad when they signed Dani Olmo. And I remember telling people, like, this is a great signing, bro. This is a very good signing. He's a fantastic player. And many Barca fans are like, it's not what we need. We have players for that position. We don't need that. And the truth is, it's exactly what y'all needed because you didn't need anything else. And anyone who tells me we did, y'all just won La Liga. And you are one game away from a Champions League final. So maybe you needed a little piece to make it to the Champions League final, but I don't think that one player or even two signings would have changed the way that Champions League final game, semifinal game went. I think y'all were in the game. I think that y'all were very close to the final, and I think Inter was able to just see you guys out. So Dani Olmo was the right signing, and he was the exact piece y'all needed because it all worked out. It all worked out. Y'all won the trophies, and y'all almost went to a Champions League final. So the Barca fans that were really, really mad, and you ain't got to hide now. There's no point of hiding. If you were mad and you were somebody that was upset and you were somebody that was really going crazy on social media, how upset you were about the signing, don't hide from it. Admit it and just move on because it was a great signing. And guess what, man? I love being proven wrong, right? Because if you're not proven wrong in life, then we would be perfect. And if we were perfect, life would be really boring. Ain't no one perfect. There's gonna be many times where you're wrong. And it's cool that Dani Olmo was that guy for them, right? He ended up being that guy for Barcelona. So great signings from Barcelona, great hire of a manager for Barcelona, and just a great attitude throughout the season. I think the best team in Spain won it, in my honest opinion. I think that, man, I just look at La Liga and I don't ever see a phase where I could say Real Madrid was better. Y'all might L me for that, but it's just what I see, man. I don't think there was ever a phase where Real Madrid was significantly better than Barcelona and should have won the league. For Benfica Sporting, I do think there was a phase where Benfica was a little bit better than Sporting, and they could have won the league then. But over the consistency of the full year and the way y'all could have played, I thought Sporting might have just edged Benfica off to win the league. And that's what's going to happen this upcoming week unless Sporting ties or loses, which is not going to happen. But when I look at Madrid, I just don't ever see a time, lads, where we can really look at each other and say, yeah, you know what? Madrid played better ball than Barca. Madrid was better at this stage than Barca. Madrid should have won La Liga. I can't ever say that to y'all. I don't think they ever deserved to win La Liga. I think they had some players that had some really good individual performances. Go watch all of my videos throughout the years. You can almost watch it like a Netflix series, bro. You could start it and watch them all the way through. And every time I make a Madrid video, you're going to hear me say individual performance, individual performance. And every time I make a Barca video this season, you're going to hear me glazing Lamine Yamal or Rafinha or Lamine Yamal. And that's what this season really was, man. A team for me that was more together and played like a well-oiled machine with two guys who had phenomenal seasons, Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, and then Real Madrid, who didn't play well together, suffered with injuries, suffered with trying to get Mbappe to play this 9 position and adapt very quickly, and suffered with them playing well together, but then throughout every other game have a crazy individual performance. Individual performances are not going to get you over the hump to win leagues. So unless you're Messi or Ronaldo. So with that being said, man, that's my honest opinion on La Liga. That's my honest opinion on Barcelona. I think they were a phenomenal team this season. Hats off. And one thing I learned being older now, lads, for all my younger audience that's watching, I used to be very mad, very sad when Benfica would mess the league up. I'm going to be real with you. It doesn't matter, lads. Like, it hurts and it sucks and I still get sad. But next season is another couple months. Another season's going to start. Hopefully y'all's team will show up, Real Madrid, and hopefully my team will show up. And we can finally see our boys playing good ball. But until then, Barcelona, y'all enjoy it, love it, and have a great off season because y'all are La Liga champions.